Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. It's a new week, and we're happy to bring you a new show, Speak of Africa. Our show is really going to cover a whole lot of stories. We have a lot of hot issues. What is happening in Africa today? That's the focus of the show. The African problems. We talk about African problems, African possibilities. So unlike some shows, we don't only criticize. When we criticize, we also offer solutions to Africa's problems, because we realize that criticizing Africa without offering solutions is wasteful and it's useless. So without further ado, with the show of today, we want to say thank you to all our subscribers. Our numbers are increasing slowly. We thank you very much for the confidence and the trust you've placed in us. If you are viewing this show for the first time, we welcome you to the Speak of Africa family. Share the show with your friends and family and let our numbers go up, because we really want to start a revolution. We want to change the way people perceive Africa. If we want people to respect us, we want to show that we deserve respect, which is why we criticize ourselves. We ask ourselves to do a form of self-examination. For the news of today, we know we have a lot of businesses, but we're going to talk about the business at the end of the show. We want to go straight into our news segment. How is Africa this week? That's the focus on the news. The news today belabors the point. The need for an independent army in Africa, the need for a democratic constitution, and the need for an electoral commission. Those are things that are needed in a lot of African countries. For example, in Nigeria, the Nigerians go to the polls on February 25th to vote for a new president. How free is the Electoral Commission? Is it very free? But we see a lot happening. But before we go to Nigeria, let's start with Ambazonia, where we always begin our story. In Ambazonia today, we realize that you've sent us a lot of news. The news today just tells us that the killing goes on. The forces of Mr. Paul Biya continue to attack people and kill them. We saw a picture of a guy who was inside a vehicle, and Biya's militia shot him in cold blood. He didn't do anything wrong. They just shot him. He was in a vehicle. They just shot him. So life is very precarious today. Then you had a very popular guy in Bamenda who was just shot for no good reason, just because he's an Anglophone. They just shot him. So when they do this, they create a whole lot of fear. People get scared and run helter-skelter. So that's the kind of life our people have been living since 2016. It's a life where people live in fear. They see death. So death has become commonplace. Even children have become used to seeing death in Ambazonia. But what happens when our people get the chance? They also try to retaliate. And that's what is really fueling this cycle of violence in Ambazonia and La République du Cameroun. When you kill my brother, I want to wreak vengeance on you. And it continues. The militia leave Biya's area, they come to Ambazonia and kill people. So the people want to wreak vengeance on them also. So this is what's really creating a cycle of violence, and it continues unabated. Today, we saw some pictures. You guys have been talking a whole lot about the Canada connection. Canada wants to guide Ambazonia peace process. What a joke. I followed it up, and I watched all the videos. I watched a lot of the writings in the media talking about Canada's effort. It's always a positive move when somebody tries to come in and solve a problem or make peace between two warring parties. It's always salutary. But when we look at what is happening in this case, the Canada connection, I look at Melanie Joly, who is the External Minister of Canada. What the average Ambazonia needs to understand is this lady is not there to make peace and to help people of Ambazonia. She's there to fight for Canada's interests. She is a paid agent of La République du Cameroun. That's why she's speaking. So when people go and say, oh, the Ambazonians are signing contracts with us, they're signing agreements with us, we're going to... Before any agreement can take place, the underlying causes of this conflict have to be addressed, except we're just looking for cosmetic solutions. We've had so many of them already. You had the Grand Dialogue, all the subterfuges the Biya regime has been using. But all of them have failed because the deep-seated problems, what really creates the marginalization, the problems Ambazonians are facing, those root causes are still there. They are very apparent. They are obvious for everybody to see. So long as those issues are not addressed, saying you want to make peace between La République du Cameroun and Ambazonia, you're just wasting your time. You're collecting money from the Biya regime to try to whitewash his image in the international community. Then some of the guys who are going to the conferences, they are just hungry guys. They need money. And they go there, they pay their transport, give them pocket money like kids. Then they say, oh yeah, we're fighting for Ambazonia. No, they are fighting for themselves. They are fighting for their own self-interest. So even Melanie Joly, the external prime minister of Canada, she does not even have what it takes to bring peace between two countries. When I look at her profile, she used to be a member of the parliament from Quebec in Canada. After that, they made her the external minister. This role is very, very narrow. She is there to fight for Canada's interests, okay? So that's what we need to understand. Then when we look at all what is happening, even they talk about Elekam. Elekam Cameroon is not there to fight for the interests of the people. Elekam is not an independent organization. So you can see that even in Ambazonia, 2 Elekam officials were killed. And I think one of them is Gilbert Ufola. They killed them because the people understand now that Elekam is used to deceive the people. Elekam doesn't really represent an independent electoral commission the way it should be in a real functioning democracy. Elekam is a tool in the hands of the occupier, the colonizer, Paul Biya. He uses it to blindfold the people. He may have Anglophones, fools, to run Elekam, but this is just a smoke screen. The real power behind Elekam remains with the Bulu gang, the Bulu clan of Paul Biya. Those Anglophones are just tokens. They are just there to deceive the people, to make them feel like Anglophones really have a vested interest in this. It's a lie. So that's why even the senatorial election is useless. The people on the ground understand this, and this is why they are killing the Anglo-fools, okay, the enablers, okay, from La République du Cameroun. They may be from Ambazonia, but the people know that these are not good brothers. These are Judas Iscariots. They are there to kill for money. That's exactly what is happening, okay? So that's as much as we can tell you about Ambazonia. But what about La République du Cameroun? La République du Cameroun is really a house on fire. In fact, today, I'll call it Black Sunday. Black Sunday. What is happening in La République? Something has happened that has exposed La République. You know, the government of Paul Biya never really likes to have a bad name in the international community, which is why we're breaking this big story. We mentioned the name of an individual in passing. The name is Jean-Pierre Amougou Belinga. We mentioned this name last week in passing, but today we're going to focus on this name for you to really know, because when you look at this name, it really portrays the government of Paul Biya in black and white. It exposes this government so you see that this government is actually a criminal enterprise. We've been saying it, but we'll give you the evidence. And why are we saying this today? Because there's bad news that has happened. A journalist by the name Martinez Zogo was kidnapped on Saturday, was tortured, then his body was found dead on Sunday in the area in Yaoundé called Soa. This guy is the founder of Amplitude FM radio. He has a very popular show called Embouteillage, which stands for gridlock. Embouteillage is French for gridlock. What caused his death? That's the question on the minds of so many Cameroonians. Everybody is asking. His death is just like one in many It has happened so many times, but people don't pay attention. So this time, we want to really help people to understand this. The killing of Martinez Zogo is similar to the killing of Wazizi. It's similar to the killing of Père Mveng and Gilbert. It's similar to the killing of even Jean-Irene Biya. It's similar to the killing of Monseigneur Bala. It's similar to the killing of Charles Atebe Ayene. So it's the same pattern. These people are murderers. They kill people who speak. And this is what is really happening, okay? This is what has happened to Martinez Zogo. For speaking, he was killed. If you look, on Saturday, he was showing a program where he was going to document more proof to expose Jean-Pierre Amougou Belinga as a fraud, as a gangster, as a racketeer. This guy has stolen more than 35 million from the Cameroon government from 2017 to present day. And Martinez Zogo was ready to bring more proof to show that this guy is a thief. Who is really Amougou Belinga? Well, he presents himself as a self-made man, a rags to riches story, the Horatio Alger story of Cameroon. A guy who came from nowhere, using his wits, he was able to pull himself off by his own bootstraps, and today he's doing very well. He owns Vision 4 television. He owns a lot of businesses, water purification. He owns newspapers. L'Anecdote Group is his company. That's the image he presents, and he enjoys life, and people think that, oh, this guy is successful, he's enjoying life. This is just a facade. What this guy actually is an international gangster. He's a thief. Amougou Belinga is a thief. Okay? And we are here to expose him so that people can know this. We even have a video where one of the guys at the presidency, we suspect this guy must be Ferdinand Gongo and his camp. They were trying to put this guy in check because this guy doesn't pay taxes. So like Al Capone, that's how he functions in Cameroon. He's the Al Capone of Cameroon. He's a money launderer. There are many cases involving this guy dealing with money laundering. Okay? He has friends in high places, and these friends protect him. At one point, the government of Cameroon, right from the presidency, stopped him from leaving the country, and they wanted him to face justice. But Mr. Biya, having a government that encourages evildoers like this to prosper, decided that they should set him free. They should return his passport so he could travel and go wherever he wanted to go. And that's what happened. So this guy feels now that he's untouchable. He can do and undo. And this is why it is suspected that he's the one who killed the journalist Martinez Zogo. Okay, some of the big guys, he had his talks, who went and picked this guy up before he could get to his house, put him in a vehicle. The police saw them drive away and they did nothing because they knew this guy is untouchable. They don't want to do anything that will compromise their livelihood. They were scared. So they found the lifeless body of Martinez Zogo, and they know that who did this crime? It is Jean-Pierre Amougou Belinga. So that's the finger. Okay? People are asking, who committed this crime? We're pointing it to Jean-Pierre Amougou Belinga. All the facts are there. Okay? So you ask yourself, why did he do this? He was doing this because he wanted to silence Martinez Zogo so that he should not continue talking about his crimes. Martinez Zogo has made his platform a venue where the public is going to know the truth about what is happening about money laundering in Cameroon. Now that you've silenced Martinez Zogo, you're not going to succeed, Mr. Amougou Belinga. We're going to take you on so that your detractors will know that for once, the international community will take your case again. Because we want the international community to take up this case and look at Amougou Belinga as a money launderer. Okay? And you know the process of money laundering, we've studied it, we're experts. Okay? It begins with what we call placement. Okay? Then you have layering. Then you have integration. Those are the 3 stages of money laundering, according to the US Patriot Act. And Amogu Belinga does this so well. He's a very good money launderer. He does it so well. So most of the guys in government, take for example like Laurent Esso, the Minister of Justice. Laurent Esso is supposed to handle justice in the country, but he makes friends with such criminal elements. So whenever Amogu Belinga has a problem, Laurent Esso, the Minister of Justice, tells the judges to leave him alone. Let him go free. So Amogu Belinga is a criminal who is walking free. People who commit petty crimes stay in jail for a long time, but Amogu Belinga is walking away free. Okay? And he has the bravado to tell you, everybody off. What can you do to me? You can do nothing to me. So we're going to use a video which he spoke so that you should really hear the guy in his own words. Watch and listen to Amogu Belinga.
Je vais. La plupart des difficultés que nous rencontrons viennent de nos frères de la région du centre. L'homme bêtier foncièrement paresseux, malhonnête, sournois et cynique, méchant. Certains ont profité, bien entendu, des pouvoirs régaliens de la première institution du pays. Je parle là du chef de l'État. Un décret a été signé lundi et mardi. On devient le plus grand militant, on devient l'homme le plus intelligent. Il s'agit d'un avertissement que je lance à ceux qui sont en train de me jeter les pots de banane. J'ai tous les moyens. J'ai 4 télévisions, 2 radios, et je vous annonce d'ailleurs qu'une autre opération est en gestation. En d'autres termes, j'ai décidé au sein de l'ISAM, l'Institut supérieur des sciences et des arts et métiers, de construire une bibliothèque dédiée au président Paul Biya à 500 millions de francs. Cette opération va commencer dans les plus brefs délais. Et quand je dis quelque chose, je fais. Quand je fais, je dis. Nous sommes là pour accompagner le chef de l'État. Il a eu un mandat de 7 ans, éventuellement renouvelable. Comme quelqu'un me disait, le président a juste posé le stylo à côté, mais l'encre n'est pas finie. Je demande donc à ces petits rois télé, tu crois qu'être à côté du chef de l'État, ils freineront mon élan, ils sont avisés. Si je sens encore la moindre provocation, je laisserai ma casquette de patriarche, parce qu'il s'agit de patriarche, je suis patriarche, des hommes lois, et je demanderai à mes journalistes de faire leur travail, et tout leur travail, et personne n'oserait m'accuser de fratricide.
Thank you for watching the video of Amogu Belinga. You can see how unrepentant this guy is, but we're asking the international community, especially the United States and other Western powers, take a look at this individual, take him on for his crime, because you need to investigate. Don't take our word for an answer. Investigate this guy and take this case, because this guy is taking advantage of the Biya regime to enrich himself and commit more crimes. So he needs to be held accountable. That's what we're saying. So we do not want the death of Martinez Zogo to go in vain. There are many other guys who have died in vain, but we want them to take them to task. The Minister of Justice, Laurent Esso, is not alone. Louis-Paul Motazé, Minister of Finance, same thing. Amogu Belinga, Jean-Pierre, does not pay taxes. His company do not pay taxes. And he doesn't know why he should pay taxes to the state. And Paul Motazé makes it possible for him to walk away free. Whenever controllers want him to pay taxes, the minister tells him not to pay. And he walks away scotch-free. Nothing happens to him. But the poor person, the poor street vendor, who is struggling to make a daily living, is harassed by Mr. Biya's guys to pay taxes when he's not really making money. Whereas a big fish who has collected more than 35 million from 2017 to present day, he doesn't pay taxes. And he doesn't see why he should pay taxes. Okay? And he tells you he doesn't have to pay taxes. So the guy is well connected. So the story is, if you're connected to the powerful, you don't have to pay taxes. And that's the sad story in Cameroon. And this story is big. People are asking, who killed Zogo, Mr. Zogo? it is Amogu Belinga, Jean-Pierre Amogu Belinga killed Zogo, the journalist. Thank you very much. And now we can move to Burkina Faso.
Do you need tax preparation services? We can help. Contact PJ Tax Service, America's only full-time income tax preparers. Like the good old doctor, we do not close our doors after April 15th. In fact, we stay open all year round in order to serve you. We are located at 11207A, Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Make an appointment today with Prince Ojong, your tax expert. Call 240-350-1131 or visit us on the web at www.pjtaxservice.com.
In Burkina Faso, the story is the junta wants the French military to leave the country completely. And as you know, the junta has been befriending the Wagner group. This week, the Wagner group is in the crosshairs of the United States of America. We've been talking about the Wagner group on this show for several weeks now, that this is a terrorist organization. Yevgeny Prigozhin is a criminal. He's a criminal in Burkina Faso. He's a criminal in Central African Republic. He's a criminal in Sudan. We're happy the US government is listening to us now, and they are taking with the Wagner group to task. Now, they have labeled this group a terrorist group, and we think we like what we've heard. They are manipulating the people. The Wagner group is not a good group. They're not going to help Burkina Faso become free of jihadist activity. To handle jihadist activity, the people need to befriend their own people and work with them, because militarization is going to fail. So if you want to rid yourself of these terrorists, please, these are your brothers and sisters, work with them, ask them what is bothering them so that you guys can make some peace. That's the only way you can solve the issue of terrorism, okay? Next, we take you to Congo DRC. In Congo DRC, it's been over 62 years since the Belgians and the Americans connived with some of the Congolese to kill Patrice Emery Lumumba. Finally, they are trying to rehabilitate him, but we think this is pure hypocrisy. You kill a guy, then you try to sing his praises after his death, that he's a hero. Come on. Only adults do this kind of business. Children who are innocent will never accept this. And that's what is happening now. They are talking about Patrice Emery Lumumba, okay? After they've killed him. Isn't this sad? It's really sad, because they killed him, then now they're singing his praises. So we move next to Nigeria. February 25th, that's the date of the presidential elections. And there's election fever going on. We've even noticed that they are saying that it's difficult to really predict. The only thing that we know is that there are three candidates who are really popular: Bola Tinubu, Peter Obi, and Atiku Abubakar. These three candidates are very, very popular all over the country. That is certain. But what is uncertain is who is actually going to win this election. And that's the question on the minds of so many people. Who is going to win? Is it going to be Bola Tinubu? Is it going to be Peter Obi? Is it going to be Atiku Abubakar? And you can see the dangerous action of most of these candidates. They are going on social media and paying influencers to say negative things about their opponents. That's the new trend we see in the campaigning. They will say, for example, Atiku Abubakar is corrupt. They take you to his scandal in Washington when he tried to bribe a member of Congress. Then they give you a lot of other dirt on him. Then what about Bola Tinubu? They take you to his Chicago days. They show you that he's a criminal and expose him. Then what about Peter Obi? We're thinking that Peter Obi is Mr. Clean, but they remind us that the Pandora Papers had said he had created shell companies offshore to avoid paying taxes. So this is the guy who claims that he was the governor of Anambra State and he was Mr. Clean. So they are showing that the beautiful ones are not yet born. So Nigeria, as you go to the polls, remember the beautiful ones are not yet born. So deal with the devil you know, okay?
Have you heard the latest healthcare news? There's been a medical programming breakthrough. Let's go to Ali and Ron for more.
Thanks, Seb. A Good Samaritan is offering Alexia HTC, a new EMR EHR, to doctors for free. Certainly, this free offer will shake things up in the medical software industry. Alexia HTC is a David pitting itself against the Goliaths, Epic, Cerner, and Meditech, which are old and cost too much money. What happens if you figure out how to build a new EMR EHR on the web for pennies on the dollar? You give it away to the suffering physicians for free.
Want to learn more about how these two powerhouse solutions will help you win more business? Schedule a demo below. In just minutes, Alexia HTC can help you access a patient record, enter an order, write a note, prescribe a medication, generate a charge, and create a super bill. Plus, Alexia Care Corporation, the vendor of the new web application, offers full customer service and training support free of charge. Who can beat that?
Next, South Africa. In South Africa, we understand that the government of Cyril Ramaphosa has invited China and Russia for naval exercises. We know this is not going to sit well with America and the other Western powers. So what's going to happen? This is probably the second time that those naval exercises are going to take place. But how is America going to take it this time? That's a question on a lot of minds. But we're telling Cyril Ramaphosa, don't waste your time playing power politics. The people of South Africa are hungry. They want you to give jobs to your people. I have even my family people who came to South Africa, Cape Town, last week, and they were just complaining that there's the issue of joblessness in South Africa. Create jobs, create businesses so that young people can have jobs. That's what you need to do, instead of wasting time on power politics, okay? Then finally, we'll get to Tanzania. In Tanzania, we praise the President Hassan, okay? She's liberalizing the system. The opposition finally is holding a rally and they are happy. This is what democracy should be about. So we thank you very much for watching our show. And we're telling you, support Ayuk Tax Service. It's tax time. Go to Ayuk Tax Service and prepare your taxes. Besides, we're asking you to also support Bytech 97. They are offering training in computers, AWS, web services, and Oracle database. If you want to learn how you can earn more from technology, go to their classes, and this will help you a lot. And besides, we are also helping a lot of businesses in healthcare, those who want to open their businesses. We are helping them with paperwork. We are helping them also with marketing. Right now, we have patients that we get from most hospitals, and we want to give these patients to doctor offices that need patients. So if you really want to open a healthcare business, we are the right people to talk to. Call me and I will help you put this together. 240-350-1131. Bye-bye. May God bless you. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.